Thank you so much for tuning into this album review. Before we get to that, I want to let you know that we're brought to you by Dosh today. Dosh is a brand new app for you to get cash back automatically. It's not just points. It's not just coupons. It's just cold, hard cash. Go onto the App Store. Go onto the Google Play Store. It's pretty much available on every single device. And what you'll do is sign up. Once you download the app, you'll attach your card. And the minute that you attach your card to this very app, it will give you $5 in your account instantly. But once you attach that card, the fun doesn't stop there. You're able to go to these various websites. There's Callaway Golf, Crayola.com, Calendars.com, as well as local businesses such as Pizza Hut. Pretty much every single pizza place in my area is offering some type of reward cashback option, anywhere from 3% to all the way up to, I've seen as high as 20% cash back at the places that you're already spending your money. You spend $100, you get $20 back just like that in your Dosh account. Transfer it back to your bank account. Start spending that money again. It's a never-ending cycle, and it will never end the fun. Please just go ahead, sign up at Dosh, use the reference code GarrettZ1, and we will have a great time together. You take care of yourselves, and let's get into this review. What is up? My name is Garrett at Yogurt on Twitter, YOOGRRTT. Thank you so much for tuning into the Now Notation YouTube channel. Welcome back to another album review. Today we are talking about Trippie Red. Trippie Red, A Love Letter to You 3. This is his third mixtape, the third entry in a Love Letter to You series. This is somebody that you will know from, honestly, man, whenever I talk about like the end of SoundCloud, this is one of the last people who kind of popped up, and I would still put him in that SoundCloud range. But really, Pigeons and Planes gave him his big break with that Love Letters or Love Scars 1 video. And then from there, he was just everywhere, and he was impossible to ignore with Rocket Dagoon and all that fun stuff. Chris King was heavily involved early on, as well as just the Cole Bennett videos. But with his debut album dropping earlier this year, I really kind of grew a new level of respect for him. I think that album was pretty damn good as far as a debut album goes. There wasn't a lot of filler. There was a lot of new tracks, and some of the best tracks were actually ones that didn't already exist. It wasn't just a collection of all his best songs. It was actually a really good showing, and it kind of made me think that there was more artistry to this guy than what meets the eye. When you look at him, you're just like, damn, bro, you just fit that cartoon character style look that a lot of these SoundCloud era rappers get put into. And but no, there's actual integrity, I think, to the artistry with him, and that is the big difference between him and 6ix9ine. If people want to continue to compare those two, I think 6ix9ine makes hot bangers, but I don't think he makes as good of quality real music as Trippie Red. And I'll be interested to see what 6ix9ine's debut album looks like. That mixtape was okay, but it was really unorganized and had zero structure. And let me just say off the back, this thing is way, way, way better than it has any right to be. Again, comparing it to the debut album, that thing had a lot of standout tracks that were not singles that let off, like Taking a Walk as one of the best beats by Scott Storch. There's just a lot of good ones on there that you're still going back to, whether it's Bang, Taking a Walk, like I said, etc. Let's get into the track list on this thing, though, just to kind of break it down. It's pretty fucking long. It is a mixtape, so 15 tracks I would say is pretty standard. So sitting at 16 tracks, this thing definitely had me a little bit trepidatious when I was looking at it, about to listen to it. I was like, fuck, dude, like, this thing's gonna be hella long. I'm not the biggest fan of any of the other Love Letters to You. I think they're just have zero structure, and you know, they're just songs playing back to back. But there was no formatting, I think, really being applied, and that's where I really enjoyed his debut album, because I think there was a good amount of formatting, and like I said, not a lot of filler, but that thing plays back to back pretty well. And like I said, this guy definitely has artistry to him. So if he's able to put together a cohesive type project, then I think he's in the right lane. Like, he's doing the right things. Like, the type of music that he makes only gets complemented more by the way that it's being formatted and presented. Getting into the track list, though, track number 1 is Topanga. Track number 2 is Firestarter featuring Amani 22. Back to Topanga, though, that was the only single for this damn project. It kind of just dropped like a week prior, and then all of a sudden we had this album coming at us, and maybe that's why I wasn't really excited, because it wasn't really ramped up in the most traditional sense. It's kind of these surprise rollouts that we've been seeing a lot more in the industry, and you know, for what it's worth, the more music you put out, the more wave you're gonna capitalize on. So for all you guys trying to come up still on the underground scene, that might be something you look at, is putting out more than just one project or putting out a project at all. But yeah, that's just kind of the wave that we're looking at now, is that projects actually do have more weight than they did in the SoundCloud era, with this era of streaming. Track number 3 is Toxic Waste. Track number 4 is Negative Energy featuring Cody Shane. Track number 5 is Can't Love. Track number 6 is Love Scars 3. Track number 7 is ALLTY 3 featuring Baby Goth. Track number 8 is Amani Interlude featuring Amani 22 as well. Track number 9 is Elevate and Motivate featuring Nell Dinero and Youngboy Never Broke Again, NBA Youngboy. Track number 10 is I Tried Loving. Track number 11 is Wicked. Track number 12 is Loyalty Before Royalty. Track number 13 is 1400/999 Freestyle featuring Juice WRLD. Track number 14 is So Alive. Track number 15 is Diamond Mines featuring Elliot Trent and Tory Lanez. Hella auto-tune singing on that thing. Holy fuck. Track number 16 to close it all out is Campfire Tale. And where this thing really shines, and what blew my socks off as far as like just me being impressed, was the way that this thing was put together and presented to us, is that this thing flows like it's just so perfectly. I don't know if there's another order that these songs could play back to back with one another. Whether you're starting with Topanga and making your way to Toxic Waste, yeah, man, like all of these songs like play back to back with one another very well. They complement one another. They weave into each other very well. And that was really where the listenability of this album itself was really coming across and really kind of hitting me in the face. And I was like, why am I keep playing this as much as I am? Why do I keep starting this thing over? Why am I okay with just starting from the top and letting it play? Because it's really fucking good at making you attached to the world that he's painting. Like, I really think that there's a cohesive idea being placed with this, and the minute that it starts with Topanga and closes out with Campfire Tale, that whole idea of thematic stuff and just relevancy, as well as just ideas that he's trying to convey, all of those come across very well, and each feed into that same story. Each 16 tracks tells a part of that story that overall, by the time when you're done, you're just hitting the face with a quality ass project. And I honestly wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it to be this damn good, but I'm very pleased with how this is. I don't know if it's gonna hit like anywhere in the top future like albums. I don't know if this is like a top 5 album for me. I don't even know if I could put this over his other album. These are all questions that I'm gonna be leading up to in December when I make my choices for the top lists. But as far as mixtapes go, this thing definitely showed the fuck up and definitely has a lot of substance. And I think it's a damn good project to come out with, man. Just especially when you've already put out your debut album this year, and this is just another thing for people to listen to. Like, this isn't some throwaway bullshit. There's a lot of damn good songs. Like, I would say I like authentically like 80% of these songs, like a good 12 out of the 16, and then the other 4 aren't bad, but they're not like as good, and like that's not something that you can really hold someone to. And shout out to this whole fucking cover art. I never really called that out, and I actually like kind of hated it when I saw it on Twitter. But when I look at it, I'm a big fan of these Trippie Redd cover arts. The last one was insane. So just, yeah, man, like he's doing good stuff, and I think this only further bleeds him into the category of artist rather than just rapper. And that is interesting to me because he's very easy to write off just based on looks and just based on substance, because I feel like there was a good wave where he was coming up and every song sounded very similar. These all still further build on the foundation that Trippie Redd has already set, this lane that he's already built for himself. But and not to say that he doesn't have influence from a bunch of people, but he just very much, when you hear Trippie Redd on a song, you know it's Trippie Redd. Every single song on here, I think he shows the fuck up and also does it in different ways, enough to where it doesn't sound like the same song is playing 16 times over on this thing, even though they are very consistent in conveying the idea of heartbreak, the idea of loss, the idea of love, and just trying to make the most of a situation. Top tracks for me, though, obviously Topanga, Firestarter to Toxic Waste. Those 3 are just amazing. Love Scars 3, that beat is so damn good. That beat is just stupid good. Along with the ALLTY, I really fuck with that beat. And then I Tried Loving, Wicked, 1400/99 Freestyle, and Campfire Tale all are wonderful, wonderful, quality ass songs. And that's what I'm trying to say, that if I can name 6 to 8 songs that I'm saying are standout tracks, and it is 16, so there's still another 10 that you gotta enjoy, and I'm telling you those 10 are fucking fire as well. But these are quality ass songs, and these are just on a mixtape that he just put out randomly one day in November after he's already put out his debut album. Like, this guy can definitely make good music. He can definitely be consistent, and that's all you can really ask for at an artist at this level. Seeing him work with NBA Youngboy and Juice WRLD, those two make sense. Baby Goth, Amani 22, Del Dinero, and Cody Shane. Cody Shane's cool, but those guys, they show up. Tory Lanez and Elliot Trent, like, I think that's the only people that you could really put on that song, just with the type of auto-tune singing that they're doing and talking to the ladies and wooing them. I think that works really well. But I do really want to see how Trippie can start bleeding into this next level of people. Like, it's a stupid thing to say, but what is Logic and Trippie Redd, like, if they got into a studio together? Like, I bet that song would be pretty weird, pretty crazy. And I think he brings such a Trippie Redd branded sound that I want to see him start mixing in with these other players in the game and see exactly how it'll come across. And honestly, like, that freestyle that him and Juice WRLD do on this thing only proves that we need a full-length collab album between the two. I've seen him call Juice WRLD out and be like, the only person in this game who's doing it like me is Juice WRLD. I thought that was hella cringy, but when you listen to this and the way that they weave in and out of each other, like with the vocals and just apparently just freestyling their asses off and having fun, like, it's a fun ass track, and you can definitely see that they could probably power out a five track EP pretty quickly, and it would be nothing but gas. So yeah, what is your favorite track off of this thing? Let me know in the comment section below. My name is Garrett.Yogurt on Twitter, YOOGRRTT. This thing is way better than it should be, and if you agree, let me know. I'd appreciate it. Thank you for all the support on this channel, and take care of yourselves.